Um, I also have been trying to manage undiagnosed ADHD as well as all of these other stuff that's going on. So in the last like 3 years of my life, I've gotten sober, I've gotten homeless, I've done a degree. I am now about to go in to have my assessment for ADHD, possible autism in 2 weeks. So there's been a lot going on. So I think I've managed because I've kind of spoken out about it and I've reached out for help and trusted the processes. I've had a therapist, a counselor, and all these different mental health professionals helping me. Some people in the music industry have been very helpful. Some of them haven't. That's just the nature of things. But family have been very helpful. Friends have been very helpful. So without all that support network, I don't know where I'd be today, to be honest with you. But I sit here now and it's even when you dwell on things and you have the opportunity to think about it and look back and sort of have to take a big breath really and go, Jesus, that's a lot. Like that's a lot for one person, you know. So at the moment I'm just kind of settling in myself, settling into my house and kind of taking a wee break a little from music, not working as much as I should be and just taking a step back from it all and evaluating things, but looking forward as well. It's very important to kind of keep your eye on the prize and keep moving towards, your future goals.
That's easier said than done at times, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, I'm very happy now. I was given an apartment by the council in Drogheda, which is really blowing my mind now completely because I've been living up here the last 5 or 6 years on and off. So it was really like it was just I lived in a like a homeless hostel there for a while, and obviously an environment like that isn't great for a person in addiction recovery. So it's been it's been hard, but I think I've turned the corner with it all anyway. And I've kind of started volunteering in the local addiction centre here and kind of using my own journey and my own path to kind of help other people and just maybe break down the stigma a little and just doing things to make my life a little better, but also, I have all of this lived experience now, so it would be a shame to not share it with other people and try and lift other people up because I didn't have that, and I missed that from my life. So, I'm that kind of person anyway. I usually think of other people before myself,
Yeah.
which
Well,
always doesn't suit well.
yeah, but we all like to pass on some of our learnings from our mistakes or bad habits. And it's maybe as you get older, you see the value in it. When you're younger, you probably don't. But I hear what you're saying. And in terms of Irishness, how does that manifest itself? How is that weaved in the cloth of your life? Is it important?
Yeah, like I think I've traveled quite a lot, over my first 2 years, and I think we have a kind of a global identity, I suppose, that people instantly recognize.
Mm.
And I think it's vital to uphold that. Like I mentioned earlier, that we have a lot of artists out there now on the world stage, and I think they're representing what it means to be Irish really well. Somebody like Seema, for example, I saw her perform for the first time at the Electric Picnic last year. And she was the standout artist by a country mile. Even all the international acts that were there, nobody even came close.
Mm.
But she brought so much crack, and so much energy and a bit of mischief. And I think she really embodies the Irish spirit, like 150%. She's definitely megastar material. But then on the other hand, then later that evening I saw Lancome. And I think they deserve quite a lot of credit for their social awareness. And I always admire artists who aren't afraid to speak the truth about modern life, modern Irish life in a way.
Yeah.
So I think that's quite important as well, to have that honesty. I do see artists sometimes sacrificing their art to fit into a mold, but it's refreshing to see artists out in the world stage kind of staying true to themselves. And I suppose Mel Joanne, who I work with, would be in a similar vein